Hello, everyone. This is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1, and today I'm going to discuss Field McConnell in Cowardice Under Fire. And yes, I am calling Field McConnell a coward. Now, Field McConnell's been in jail now almost a month. Still got a ways to go before we hit the month, but almost immediately after going into jail, he makes these hourly calls on a daily basis to Kirk Pendergrass, who is squatting at his house, to complain that people want to kill him. Oh, really? And why would somebody want to risk spending their life in jail or possibly facing execution for murdering a crazy old man? Nobody wants to kill Field McConnell. Hardly anybody's heard of Field McConnell. And Field McConnell can't be a man, serve his time, look forward to the day when he's going to get out of jail, because the great E. Claus law firm is going to spring him. He ain't going to Florida. He's going to be back in his mansion until the bank takes it away from him. You know, and at least that's what everybody hopes. People like me hope the opposite, because we want justice to be done. Bill McConnell's a criminal. He's also a coward. Sits there and says that he wants people dead, executed, charged with treason, all kinds of stuff. On the word of an unemployed pizza delivery driver who was running around in an SUV, piggybacking off a restaurant at Wi-Fi. I haven't heard much from Timothy Holmset doing that. He's back in the living room with the big TV set. Or not a living room, actually. It's kind of like a rec room. And enjoying himself. He's getting free room and board. There's probably some woman cleaning his clothes for him, waiting on him hand and foot because he's a hero. And all his minions, members of his cult, are lapping it up. And Field McConnell is sitting in jail, having a pity party, saying people want to kill him. I think it's laughable. Sad in a way, but laughable. Because Field McConnell thinks he's so damn important that people want to kill him. Nobody wants to kill the guy. They just want him to shut the hell up. You know, go out and play golf or something. And, you know, go on a cruise. Well, you can't now because you don't have a passport, but... You know, instead of doing that, he gets incredibly desperate for money. He ran his business into the ground. He got himself in debt up to his eyeballs to the point where he can't pay his debts. And so he has to go out and beg gullible people for money. And in the process, he got sucked into the Timothy Holmset saga. Got himself arrested because he can't keep his big mouth shut. And he's sitting in prison. He's sitting in jail. He's not even in prison. Sitting in jail, having his little pity party, blaming everybody else but himself for how he got there. And there's people on the outside like Kirk Pendergrass and Timothy Holmset and Preacher Dan while we're encouraging him. I find the whole thing pathetic. And there's gonna come a day, not very far off, where Phil McConnell will have been in prison or jail longer than Timothy Homestead. You know, think about that. Phil McConnell is going to wind up being in jail longer than Timothy Homestead has been in jail so far. Timothy Homestead is running around free. Every day that Phil McConnell is in his little cage in the county jail, Timothy Homestead is getting fat and happy on the living room or on a couch, and maybe it's a living room, maybe he's in a living room, but he's comfortable, he's in a nice big house, he's able to roam free. If he wants to get in the car and drive down to the local McDonald's and to piggyback off his Wi-Fi, he can do it. Phil McConnell can't do that. He has to rely on calling from a jailhouse, having his calls recorded, and then put back on the air. And in the meantime, everybody on the outside in that nice big house of his, eating free food, sleeping in free beds, enjoying the comfort and luxury of a house they will never be able to afford. And they're just milking it until the day the bank comes knocking at the door and says, okay, everybody out. We got an auction coming up. And I wonder what'll start disappearing from the house. Phil McConnell's not going to be around to do anything about it. There's all kinds of neat things in that house. Got a couple computers in there. There's no telling what's in the rest of the house, what kind of tools he has in the barn. Kirk Pendergrass has a pickup truck. Kirk Pendergrass is a mechanic. And Phil McConnell has a barn full of tools. I'm sure Phil McConnell wouldn't miss a pickup truck full of tools. Maybe some gas to fill up the pickup truck. I'll tell him what might mysteriously vanish if the bank comes a-calling and everybody has to go bye-bye. So this ought to be interesting. So, Phil's going to be in for a few unpleasant surprises here in the coming weeks. Tomorrow, he's going to be spending Thanksgiving in jail. I forgot to check, I wonder if they serve Thanksgiving dinner in jail. Phil can look on the bright side. He's getting free food. He doesn't have to go down to the grocery store and buy food. And doesn't have to have somebody around to cook it for him. They got the jailhouse commissary to do that. So Phil's got it good. He's got three squares and a cot. Free medical care, if he gets sick or something happens to him in jail, they gotta take care of him. They gotta keep him alive, so that means he's got free health insurance. They don't charge you for health insurance in jail, You get a toothache and you gotta get a tooth pulled, it's on the county. If you get the flu and they have to take you to the emergency room, it's on the county. So look at the bright side, Phil. You got it made. And guess what? You get a free Florida vacation. You're going get on an airplane, probably the same make and model you used to fly in your pilot days, and you're going to come on down to sunny Florida. Weather's not too bad down here. It's nice and warm. I'm driving down the road here. Nice, clear, blue sky, few clouds, contrail or two. Real nice sunny day. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have myself some Cornish hen, pumpkin pie with whipped cream on it. Yeah, well, we're gonna have fun tomorrow. Bill McConnell can have Thanksgiving dinner with his newfound buddies in the Polk County, Wisconsin jail. I think they call it Crookston Jail or something. Appropriate name for a jail, don't you think? Yeah, Phil. Enjoy your turkey dinner. Maybe you can call into the show and read another Bible passage. Tell everybody that everybody's out to kill you. They want you dead. You're quaking in fear. You cowardly little Marine, you. This brings up something that really irritates me. See, I come from a military family. The fact of the matter is, my oldest sibling, my sister, was in the United States Navy. My oldest brother, second oldest sibling, was in the United States Navy. He was on board a ship. He was an officer, Lieutenant J.G. I think he finally made lieutenant commander by the time he retired from the Navy. And he was over in Vietnam. And then my next older sibling to me, my brother Jimmy, is a Marine. The operative word is. Because he's in the Marine Reserves and he's active right now. At 70 years old. No, he's not overseas, but he is serving. And he's served ever since Vietnam. Now, my brother Jimmy is a legitimate hero. He's the kind of person that makes a Marine. My brother would not be the kind of person that would fold himself up in the corner of a jail cell and scream out that everybody's out to kill him. He'd be a man, and he'd handle the situation like any good Marine would handle it. My brother would not be in jail in the first place. My brother, like every member of my family, including me, has never served 1 minute in jail. Never been charged with a crime that would qualify us to go to jail. My brother, Jimmy, was in the Marines, and he was what is known as a tunnel rat. Now, a tunnel rat is a guy that went down in all these little tunnels that the Viet Cong would dig, and he would flush them out. He would kill them. They resisted, they were dead. You know, no second thought. You go in there, guy points a gun at you, you shoot first, that's the end of the guy pointing the gun at you. He faced death every second in those tunnels. He faced death every second he was in Vietnam. He made it through. And he didn't go around crying that people are trying to kill him. That's a Marine. And you get somebody like Phil McConnell that runs around saying that people want to kill him, and he's a Marine. It literally makes me sick. Phil McConnell's disgusting. You bring shame on the U.S. Marines. Phil McConnell is nothing but a coward. Phil McConnell is nothing but a lying coward. And he's a disgrace. He never should have put on the uniform of a United States Marine. That goes for Kirk Pendergrass. He's another lying fool who claims to have worn the uniform of the U.S. military. He's another disgusting interview that brings shame to the military. There's good soldiers out there who have sacrificed everything. I see them every day. They walk around with their artificial legs, artificial arms. Sometimes they don't have either. And some walk around with internal wounds, the PTSD. And then you have people like Field McConnell and Kirk Pendergrass who shame the uniforms they supposedly once wore. Makes me mad. Makes me disgusted. And I'm kind of mad at the people that believe in these men, if you want to call them that, because of what shame they bring to our military. But that's me. But I can rejoice in the fact that at least to some measure, because of his own actions, because of his own stupidity, from listening to another idiot by the name of Timothy Charles Holmseth, Field McConnell is going to be spending Thanksgiving in jail. Field McConnell will be spending Christmas in jail. Field McConnell will be spending New Year's in jail. And Field McConnell will be spending a good portion of 2020 in jail. And more than likely, Phil McConnell is going to be spending quite a few holidays in jail. And his paranoia will be there with the pity party saying that everybody wants to kill him. Nobody wants to kill Phil McConnell. Nobody has heard of Phil McConnell except those of us who argue about what Phil McConnell has done and the few people that support this moron. That's it. Nobody's going to want to spend the rest of their life in jail for killing an idiot. Now, Phil McConnell may get himself in a lot of trouble and could wind up getting killed, but it's not going to be because of anything that he's done on the internet. It's going to be because he's going to do something stupid or say something stupid. He's going to piss off some of the punks that are in there. And he's going to get the crap beat out of him. And because he's a year older than me, he might, well, die from his injuries. Because there's some bad apples out there. There's some tough guys in jail. And the bulk of the people in jail are minorities. And the last thing they're going to want is some white supremacist shooting his mouth off. They're not going to like this person that supports Donald J. Trump. A lot of people blame Donald J. Trump for being in jail. Because these are minorities. These are blacks, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, you name it. And you got this big maggot in there. The worst thing you can do in a modern prison nowadays is be a maggot. You best keep your mouth shut. You best keep to yourself. You best figure out how not to drop that bar of soap in the shower. And make sure that you keep your guard up. Because you may be living a self-fulfilling prophecy if you don't. You may wind up getting your ass killed. But it ain't because of all this pedophile task force bull crap. It isn't going to be because you're trying to do something about missing children, because you're not. All you're doing is grifting, figuring out ways to suck money out of a bunch of gullible fools that soak in your nonsense. So you're gonna spend quite a few days in prison. It doesn't matter if some technicality comes up and somebody's able to get you out of your little mess. The point is always going to be that you spent more time in jail, suffered more than Timothy Charles Homestead. Let that soak in, Mr. McConnell. And I'll repeat it just to make sure it gets through your thick head. Field McConnell will have spent more days in prison than Timothy Charles Homestead. This is William K. Murtaugh, Murt Witness 1. Have a good one.